When you came in this morning, God was paying zero attention to what you were wearing. Zero. You know what he was looking at? He was looking right here. In other words, he wasn't paying attention to the outfit you had on. He was paying attention when you came in this morning where your focus was. Was your focus on him this morning? Was your focus on something this past week? Was your focus on a ball game that's going to happen later on today? Where was your heart? When you were singing just a few minutes ago and you were worshiping the Lord, were you singing out of the overflow of your heart? Or were you just going through the motions? It's a different game now, isn't it? Because God doesn't look on the outward appearance. Man looks on the outward appearance. Oh boy, do we look on the outward appearance. God doesn't do that. God looks at your heart. So I wanted to make sure he had a good theological understanding of this subject. But then I asked him this question. I said, okay, friend, why do you choose? Just tell me, why do you choose to dress up to go to church? I'll never forget what he told me. This is what he said. In all honesty and sincerity, this is what he told me. He said, you know what, Brad? Monday through Friday, every day I go to work, my line of work, I work hard and I'm up to my elbows in grease and dirt. And he said, but Sunday's that one day where I get to gather together with God's people and I get to worship God corporately and I get to dress up. And I believe that what we're doing is important and we're meeting with the Lord as a church. And so I want to dress up for the occasion. You know how I responded to him? I said, man, right on. You keep doing that. You know why? Because that's his heart. But then on the other hand, I'll have another person that on the other end of the spectrum, they'll come to me and they'll say, well, you know what, Brad, I don't really want to dress up, come to church. Why is that? Well, and this is what some people have told me. You may be different, but some people have told me the reason why I don't want to dress up when I come to church is because I know God ain't worried about that anyways. I know God's paying attention to my heart. So I want to make sure my focus is on where my heart is and make sure that I'm confessing sin and repenting from sin and focused on him in worship. And so that's what I want to be focused on. And some of them will actually tell me, and I don't dress up because it makes me uncomfortable. And I understand that. But here's the deal. You know how I respond to them? I respond to them by saying, right on, you keep doing that. You know why? Because that's their heart, right? So here's my question. Are either one of those individuals wrong? No. You know why? Because they're operating according to their own personal conscience when it comes to a disputable matter of the faith. In other words, Scripture is silent as it relates to what we wear when we come to corporate worship. Did you know that? The Scripture's silent on it. So as a result, everyone should act according to their personal conviction and their own conscience. Where the problem lies is when one person looks across the aisle at another person and vice versa, and they project their own personal conviction onto that person as if it's universal truth and everyone should fall in line. We can't do that. Listen, if you don't have a verse for it, okay, you neither do I have the right to call everyone else to fall in line with our own personal convictions. So you keep to your personal convictions. Don't violate your own conscience, but let everybody else operate according to their own personal conviction when it relates to the disputable matters of the faith. You understand? Oh man, and again, we as churches get this so backwards because again, we make secondary issues primary issues and we project our personal convictions on other people. And I'll be honest with you, quite frankly, it's quite embarrassing. It's embarrassing, is it not? And so again, let's not major in the minor. Let's not project our own personal convictions on everyone else as if it should be universal truth when it comes to a disputable matter of the faith. So listen, let's hold firm to the essentials and let's leave room for disagreement when it comes to the other stuff. Listen, if we do that, it'll help keep unity in the church. I love what St. Augustine once said about this. He said, in essentials, unity. In doubtful matters, liberty. But in all things, charity.